Okay, so it is early on Thursday morning and it's raining, so I'm going to be doing some SketchUp work for a customer who has two containers that he wants to use for storage. Notice that they are for storage. I have two 40 footers, so I need a 20 footer. And I can't remember where I got these, so I'm going to go look. Okay, I found two. The main thing is that they're dimensionally correct and they represent a container. This is the configuration I'm working with now. This is the image, the sketch that he sent me. And so what he wants is a hip roof over this. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on our 4x4s and get them located correctly. This is the only thing that's a little bit weird about this works is you have to notch this 4x4 around whatever this connector buckling corner thingy is. So what these do is these weld to the container and then you bolt them to the 4x4, and that's what your roof system sits on. Those need to be at least every 4 feet. And I'll double check the configuration of those after I get the roof system. Now the interesting part here is that we need a beam. So what we would have is two LVLs. Let's see. Let's draw them right here. Eleven and 7/8 by 1 3/4 inches. Check that. Yep. We'll make this a group. And that needs to come out to here for now. And what it's going to do is it's going to sit up here. And it's going to have to get notched. We're either going to need to put it seems to be a bit of a waste to put a post here since the corners of these containers are structural. My knee-jerk reaction is to try to notch that. But I'll talk to Daniel, he's my customer, and see if he wants to do that or just put another post. Might be easier just to put a post there. Either that or what we could do is weld. We could weld a bracket. That's what we can do. We can weld a bracket on here and then he can notch it also if he wants to go in there. But I also need one coming this way. And we're actually going to double these. So how you do these beams is you overlap them. I'll show you. Like that, and then this one gets I think what we're going to do is we'll notch it. We'll weld us a bracket, and I'll show that in a minute. But we'll also notch this so that we can tie in that LVL with that top plate, the 4x4. And that's how you want to do your beams at the corner. So these can kind of bolt or nail into each other this way, and then you can nail into this one this way, and that one that way. That makes the corner nice and snug. And then back to there. That's the oops. That was right there. There we go. And that's your beams. And then we'll have us a post. I'm going to recommend a steel post, a 6x6. So we'd have an 8x8 plate. Let's see, well, a 9-inch plate. Oh, that's funny. That's what I've got drawn on the ground. Marvelous. 1/4 inch. And then we'd come in 1.5 inches, 1.5. And at least a 3/16 wall. 3/16. And we'll put that back down. Let's go up 8 feet. And we'll figure out where we are. Wait a minute, let's make that a group first. Let's go up 7 feet. There we go, because what I want to do is put this same plate this would go down 8 or 3/16. Oops. To there. How does that keep doing? Oh, I know why it does that. And then this will just be solid on top like that. And that's your steel beam. I mean your steel column. And then this would go right here. Going to bolt into that. And then what I'm going to show here is he's got a slab here, and I don't think it's probably 3 or 4 inches. So what he needs to do is cut this out. I don't know what type of soil he's got, but let's say let's go 20 by 20. Yeah. And that thing needs to be at least 24 inches. And then what we'll do is we'll put us a little camphor on top. Let's see. 2 inches. Then we'll come up 2 inches. We'll put us a little camphor. On it, just to make it look cool. There we go. That camphor on there is probably exaggerated, but make this a group. Now we're going to stick this. I want this to be up about 6 inches. Out of the ground, you know, to hold this. Actually, probably wouldn't hurt for it to be another couple of inches to act like a curb. Or actually, yeah, this column's going to be kind of stuck out by itself, so I would say get the edge. Let's see. Yeah, I just need to raise this whole thing up. There we go. Now you got yourself a column, and you've also got yourself a pilaster or a bollard, so that if you start to run into this thing with your truck, you're not going to knock this column out from underneath your roof. You just want something there to protect that corner in a configuration like this, if in fact you're going to be backing in here. So that's kind of our structure for our roof. Let's do our brackets right quick. Let's get those out of the way. 0.5, 6, and then we'll make this a group. 1/4 inch steel. We'll come down 1/4. And 1/4. Yeah. Look more. And then we'll bring this over. This needs to be at least 4 inches, like that. Let's go ahead and make this a component bracket, because I might change it, and I'm going to have 2 of them, and that way I'll only have to change 1 of them. But I think if we weld that bracket right there, we weld it to the corner of the shipping container, and then bolt it into the bottom of the LVLs, then you'll have a nice, that's a nice way to do that. We'll get one over here. Okay. Now the fun part. Let's look at our extensions. Medic Medique Roof Truss. Thank you, Medique, for the extensions. And I hope he can do a hip roof. Because that's what Daniel wants. Let's see, I gotta go across first. So I need that to say 20 feet, right? 40 feet. 40 feet. 412. Ceiling joist, yes. Okay, we'll see. Yes. We want to put the rafters on 16-inch centers. For now, we're just going to leave this stuff alone, and that would be how our hip roof would frame with rafters. Yep. So what I may do is show him this and see if he wants to do it this way or with trusses. But that's going to be a neat little project. I mean, if it was me, honestly, I would just I think what I'm going to do is show it both ways. I would just use a gable roof and use trusses. That'd be the cheapest way to do it. I'm going to copy all this. Let's make our yard, let's make our site bigger. Being for two of them. I make that background because it gives me something to scroll against. If you scroll over here to infinity, sometimes it acts strange. So if you have yourself a base to scroll to, it scrolls relative to that. I'm just going to copy all this over, and then we will let's put it closer so I can show them. Together. And we'll do away with this one and go back to our trusses, and we will do a okay. What I'm going to do is send him some images. Put these closer together. I'll try to get this at an angle where we can see both of them. And then just do some screenshots. Let's see. Okay, so I will send this to Daniel, and in his next video we will do all the details. We'll go in and turn on the roof decking and fascia and soffit and all that, get into more detail, and then I'll show you how we lay out the plan. We'll set up some views and go from there. So I know this may have been boring, a little boring for some people. This is actually for the customer, and I'm just trying to share it with everybody. And if you need help with a project, you can contact me at atdrafting.com. I'll leave a link below. And thanks for watching.